Again, that's what the world is like. People take everything personally. I think the world revolves around them, right? Particularly on Twitter, right? I don't know, I'm not tweeting anyone, I'm just tweeting, okay? I don't know who's following me. I've got 12 million followers. I don't know who's following me. They can be following me without me knowing, right? Choose to read my tweet and then take that personally. That's like going into a town square, seeing a big notice board, and there's a notice, guitar lessons, and you go, but I don't fucking want guitar lessons. What's this? There's a number here. All right, call that, right? Are you giving me guitar lessons? Yeah. I don't fucking want any. Fine, it's not for you then. Just walk away. Don't worry about it.
I don't know if you're affected by the volcanic ash cloud, but I had friends that were stuck all over the world and they missed weddings and funerals and they had to put themselves up in a hotel for extra days that they hadn't budgeted for, and they couldn't get their money back because the airlines were saying, no, we can't pay you because the insurance companies won't pay us because they're saying it's an act of God. Well, what isn't an act of God? No, if you believe in God, that's sort of a definition of him, isn't it? That he does everything. Isn't that right? Everything is an act of him. He's all-powerful, he's everywhere at once. He invented everything. There was nothing before him. He invented time, everything. He's across it all, okay? He doesn't miss a trick, and he's not absent-minded. A volcano going off isn't like him going, fuck, I left the oven on. You know, it's... And who are these insurance companies that can decide what is and isn't an act of God? How do they know, okay? Have they got a hotline to God? They call him up, do they? Ring, 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 ring. Hello? Could I speak to God, please? Speaking. Oh, I didn't think you'd answer the phone yourself. What do you want? Oh, that volcanic ash cloud. Was that you? Yeah. Yes, that was an act of me, all right. So I shouldn't pay out. No, don't fucking pay him a penny, son. No. Brilliant, brilliant. While I've got you here, did you make a tree fall on Steve Baxter's car? There's a lot of Steve Baxters. Steve Baxter, 2 Acacia Road, Hounslow. It happened at 2:15 on the 3rd of June this year. 2:15, 3rd of June. No, that wasn't me. I was in Africa that day giving AIDS to babies. He does everything. He does everything. I have never worked out the moral to Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. All I can think is, don't sit on a wall if you're an egg. But again, how is that applicable to a 5-year-old human? I mean, you tell that to a group of 5, oh, so don't sit on a wall if you're an egg. Well, what do you mean if I'm an egg? I'm not an egg. It doesn't make sense. If I'm none of us are eggs. If there was an egg there, it wouldn't make sense. Can you go to the egg, don't sit on a wall, you go, I'm an egg, I can't eat, I've got nothing. I've got no ears, no eyes, I don't know what the fuck. What? Don't sit on a wall, I can't fucking hear, I've got nothing. I'm in nothingness. I can't fucking climb walls for a start, so... Don't send horses to perform medical procedures. Of course they couldn't put him together again. They've got no dexterity whatsoever. They can't sew to save their life. They've got no thumbs, let alone opposable thumbs. Don't send a horse, it's delicate. An egg? We've got a cracked egg. Should we send a horse? Definitely not. Have you got a doctor or someone who works for Fabergé? Don't. We've got like a half-a-ton creature with no fingers. Don't send that. Got a 4-legged thing with like that. No chance.
They can't, couldn't put on, they couldn't scrub up. They can't. Imagine, there's an egg, delicate egg. Horse comes over, fucked. He couldn't, they wouldn't even think of fucked. That's it. They wouldn't even see it. They go over there, what? Fucked, that's it. Wouldn't even, you couldn't explain it to it. Don't send, it's ridiculous. If I had to design the perfect egg crushing device, it would be a hoof. I need this, as a cracked egg, I need it crushing completely. Hoof. The hoof's great. Don't send doesn't matter whether they're the king's horses or not. Certainly don't send all of them. That's gonna be chaos. If there was one horse with a little bit of nous, he did like 1 year before he got kicked out of Harvard. He could I know the rudimentaries, they all fuck it. Oh, for fuck's sake. No lads, don't, they're fucking all over it. Fucked. It's definitely fucked now. What if we'd have invaded by France that day? And bloke comes running up the hill and goes, are you in charge of all the king's horses? All the king's men? Yep. French are coming. What? The French are coming. Where are all the king's horses? I sent them to mend an egg. You dopey cunt. What do you mean you sent them to mend a fucking egg? Oh. If your surname is Dumpty, don't call your firstborn Humpty. What sort of a stigma is that? For a kid that's already an egg? He'll have the piss ripped out of him. I bet he jumped off the wall. We've come a long way from it being punishable to total equality, as it should be, of course. In England, the gay age of consent, same as heterosexuality now, 16, and even gay marriage. Although, ironically, the one place that was really ahead of the game fell behind a little at the last election, California. They had a referendum, they put it to the vote, and they voted no to gay marriage. I mean, in California, there's people going, that's why we moved here. I mean, it's a strange sort of bigotry that you can affect someone else's lifestyle that doesn't affect you back. It's not like they asked a bloke once, said, sorry, do you mind if these two men get married? He went, no, fine. Okay, jack them off then. What? I didn't know that was... That doesn't happen, does it? That doesn't happen. It's also a strange sort of bigotry because these people that object to that were presumably the same people that said, you know, gay people were immoral and promiscuous, but now they don't want to be monogamous and respectful in the eyes of God. And it must be so confusing to a gay guy in California thinking, that's the bit they don't like. With all the other shit we get up to, it's the marriage bit. They're so confused. They must go to judges and go, sorry, can I get the rules straight? What do you want to know? I just didn't know what we can and can't do. Ask away. Can I marry a man? No. Can I fuck him up the arse and give him a little reach round? Please. Can't marry him? No. But and a little... Can I... Can I pick up a stranger in the bushes and take him home and jizz on him and throw him out in the morning all crusty and homeless? Of course you can, yeah. But I couldn't marry him, no. No, and don't ask again. Could I line up 15 men? I'm just riffing here. Could I line up 15 men and just jack them off? For a laugh. If you want, yeah. Yeah. It would be difficult, wouldn't it? Jacking off 15 men at once. It would be like plate spinning. Wouldn't it? No. Because you could only do two at once, really, so you'd have these two ready to blow, but then they'd be losing it, and you'd go, fucking hell. Oh, here we go. Oh, fucking hell. Oh. Ain't it knackering? Jacking off 15 men at once. Never thought I'd say that. Oh. Again. No. He was the ringleader. Old Adolf. That name's died out, hasn't it? He killed that dead, didn't he? No one's calling their kid Adolf nowadays. No little Adolfs going to school. Loads of Brads and Angelinas, but no, look, you don't hear the teacher doing the register. Brad here, Angelina here, Adolf here. I do that quick so no one can take a picture of me doing that. No, but people make excuses for him. People say, oh, he was stupid, he was easily led, he didn't mean that. What do you mean he didn't mean that? They'll say, oh no, he's influenced by the political philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, right? Because Nietzsche wrote this paper talking about a Superman. He said, not all men are born equal. And Hitler misinterpreted this and went way too far with it. And think of that. You're a great scholar, you've done this work, and you get a call from the Führer. And the Führer goes, all right, Nietzsche. He goes, yeah, good, what do you want? He goes, just read your book. What do you think? Love it. Love all that, man and Superman, not everyone's equal, kill all the Jews. Sorry? Not everyone's equal, so kill all the Jews. I didn't write that. I read between the lines. I didn't mean that. That's terrible. You haven't been killing. You haven't been killing Jewish people, have you? What? Have you been killing Jewish people? Yeah. Yeah. A little bit. A few. How many? 6 million. 6 million? That's what I won't do anymore. Leave it at 6. That's terrible. I won't do any more. Stay for dinner? Well, I will, but be careful in future. I will. Are you writing any other books? Well, I am, but I'm scared to tell you about it. I won't do anything. What's your new book called? My new book is called The Gypsies. Do we need them?
But it's these people that say being gay isn't natural. Well, it is natural, and I've got a book to prove it. Homosexuality occurs in about the same incidents in the animal kingdom as it does in human society. This is a real book. It's called Biological Exuberance, Animal Homosexuality and Natural Diversity by Bruce Bagamill, okay? The evidence is compelling, and it seems there is virtually no species which does not have its gay community. That doesn't mean like chimps on one particular street wearing leather caps and stuff. It's they sort of spread it out more, really. This is a real book. Can we have the first slide, please? Right, okay. Right. This is a real book, okay? Right? Absolutely real, okay? 2 male stump-tailed macaques in mutual fellatio. They're sharing it around. Next slide. Okay. A male squirrel monkey, right, performing a genital display toward another male. He's just going, what do you think of that? And this one's going, what? Suck it. Look at his little hand. Why? Because we're gay. I'm not, you fucking are. Look at the way he's holding him, and he's got his leg up for extra purchase. He's gone, get in there, get in there, get in there. Look at him. Can you imagine my face when I discovered this book? Next slide, please. Okay. A female Olympic marmot mounting another female. Now, I don't know what is in that for either of them. Unless the one on top is wearing a strap-on dildo. One more slide. Oh, this is a doozy. Okay. Two forms of copulation between male dolphins. Genital slit or anal penetration above, and below, blowhole penetration. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Basically, he is fucking him in the head. It's in the head. He's fucking him in the head, ladies. I have never seen that on any wildlife documentary. Why have I never seen that before? Why are they doing that? Maybe it's not in the wild. Maybe it's in SeaWorld, which is like their prison. And they're going, fuck's sake. They put in two males. Some people think we're fish. We might as well fucking do it, okay? I mean, look at his face. Huh. He's going, Dave. What? Could we not do it up the arse like them? No. It's in the head or nothing. Dave, what? What? Dave, I love you. But I can't fucking breathe. That is a real book. That is a real book. Can we have it? Look. I love the fact that he found like a turkey in drag to show how gay animals can be. The gayest animal in the world. I was talking earlier about trying to educate myself, and that is true. And I think, you know, the internet is probably the greatest resource of information the world has ever seen. It's amazing. And online encyclopedias that you can go into and change. You can't do that in a library, can you, really? You can't just get down the encyclopedia and go, what are you doing, mate? Just changing a bit. Fuck off. There's loads of websites just clogging up the internet by people, they're doing websites about themselves. It's like, my name is Rupert, this is my cat, I like The Cure. Who gives a fuck? And the trivia sites, where just people just load up things they've learned. And I just think, what, do they wake up in a cold sweat and go, I've got to tell the world this. The peanut is not a nut, it's a legume. But my favourite are the animal facts. The animal facts are just, I think, incredible. This is from a website called Deb and Jen's World of Knowledge, okay? And I want you to think about the people who put this up, okay? They're not just the fact, but who did it and why they did it. What were they thinking? Okay. Number one, you can lead a cow upstairs, but not down. Thanks very much. I looked into that, it's true. A cow will go upstairs, but they won't go downstairs because the way their joints don't oppose. But I think of the poor bastard who found that out the hard way. Come on, Daisy, down you go. I don't go downstairs. Come on. No, I don't go downstairs, I'm away with joint. I don't care about your joints. My wife's coming home from work in 5 fucking minutes. Get down the stairs. You thought, yeah, I've got to tell other people about this. Number two, stroking a spider can cause it to go bald. Thanks. One, what sort of maniac goes around stroking spiders? Dracula's assistant, I don't know. Two, is that a problem in the arachnid world, premature balding? Do they worry about that much? I thought they'd be loving it, wouldn't they, being a skinhead? They're so fucking hard. Got all the legs, all the eyes and the teeth. Fuck it, I'm bald, who cares? Adds to it, I like it more. But no,
Apparently it's a big problem. You stroke a little spider, he goes, oh, fucking hell. He runs back to the web, and all the other spiders go, what are you wearing a baseball cap for? Fashion. Bit weird. Nah, it's just fashion. We'll take it off in the web. Nah, I'll just keep it on. Bit cold. Cold? We're in a cupboard under the sink. It's boiling. Nah, take it off. Nah, take it off. Oh. Have you been letting a human stroke you? Leave this fucking web. Number 3. Polar bears will sometimes cover their black nose during a hunt to camouflage themselves more completely. It's a good idea, isn't it? Because apart from the old nose, are perfectly camouflaged. They're white, snow's white. So they're sneaking up on a little Arctic hare. And they get there, and the Arctic hare, he turns round, the polar bear goes... But how did they find that out? Because that's behavioural. All the polar bears sitting around one night going, I'm starving. Every time I sneak up on a little hare, he looks round and he hops off. It's like he can see me. I can't work it out. Little voice, little hare goes, I can tell you. Can you see us? Well, I can see where you are and how many there are of you. Really? How? You'll kick yourself. Now, go on. Tell us. Your nose is black. The nose, it's black. Oh. Cheers. Can you see us now? No? Oh. Thank you. My favourite fact. Okay. Number 4. Montana mountain goats will sometimes butt heads so hard that their hooves fall off. Can that be true? That's amazing. So there's 2 there. They're looking at a female goat. One goes, I like her. And the other goes, yeah, I'm probably going to mate with her. Well, no, I saw her first. That's not how it works. How does it work? We have to run at each other really hard and crack heads. Is that safe? Oh, yeah. Okay, go. Oh! Ow! Ow! Oh! Look! Yeah. Yours all right? Yeah. I grip on impact. Did you know about this? Why didn't you tell me? Mortal enemies? Never mind that, my fucking feet are falling off. One more amazing fact. Elephants have been caught swimming up to 2 miles off the coast in the Indian Ocean. That's amazing. I didn't know they liked to swim. I certainly didn't think they could swim 2 miles out to sea. But it's the language this person uses. Have been caught swimming. Like it's illegal. Says the Coast Guard. Morning. 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 Phone rings. Ring, ring. Hello. They're doing what? No, I'll be there. That's me in a little boat. I'm not jacking a bloke off behind me. I'm just... What are you doing? Nothing. It's not nothing, is it? What's that? Beach ball? Tell me what you're doing. Don't look at him. What are you doing? Swimming. Yeah, you are. Do you know how far off coast you are? 2 miles. Is it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You know you're not meant to do this, don't you? Don't cry. But if you know you're not meant to do it, I've told you loads of times, why are you doing it again? I forgot.
Famine is a problem. Which brings me to this next fad that we need to stamp out. This happened Christmas before last, exchanging gifts with old friends, good friends, quite well-off friends, if I'm being honest. I got them a coffee-making machine from Harrods, top of the range. They loved it. They gave me my present. It was just an envelope. I thought, oh, what's this, vouchers? Open it up. It wasn't vouchers. It was just a card with a picture of a goat on it. And I said, what's this? They went, oh, our gift to you is we gave a goat to an African family. What? I'm looking at the coffee machine thinking, is it too late to take that back? Is it too late? What is it? Oh, we gave a goat to an African family. Did you? Oh. So, I've got fuck all then, basically. I mean, I don't even know this African family. Why would I give them a goat? It doesn't matter. This serves no purpose at all. This is no good for anyone. They're 50 quid down. I've got nothing. The African family's going, not another mouth to feed. Right? The goat is going, where the fuck am I? This is shit. What? A week ago I was gambling around the Cotswolds. There was grass and tourists with nuts and... This is a fucking dust bowl. There's no way that goat wanted to go to Africa. It was basically... No, it was kidnapped. It was abducted. It was put in a sack and bundled on a boat to Africa. Like Roots in reverse. There is no way. They went, do you want to go to Africa? He went, definitely not. No. Oh, come on. Why didn't you want to go to Africa? Lions. Come on. Why didn't you want to go to Africa? AIDS. Well, that shouldn't affect you. It shouldn't.
You'll be pleased to know this is the last time I'm hosting these awards, so I don't care anymore. I'm joking. I never did. Let's go out with a bang. Let's have a laugh at your expense, shall we? Remember, they're just jokes. We're all going to die soon, and there's no sequel. So, yeah, remember that. But you all look lovely, all dolled up. You came here in your limos. I came here in a limo tonight, and the license plate was made by Felicity Huffman. So, no, shush. It's her daughter I feel sorry for, okay? That must be the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to her. And her dad was in Wild Hogs. So, lots of big celebrities here tonight. I mean, legends, icons, yeah? Look, at this table alone, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, but... Baby Yoda. Oh, that's Joe Pesci, sorry. I love you, man, don't have me whacked. But tonight isn't just about the people in front of the camera. In this room are some of the most important TV and film executives in the world. People from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. Look, talking of all you perverts, it was a big year. It was a big year for paedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. I don't care. No one cares about movies anymore. No one goes to the cinema. No one really watches network TV. Everyone's watching Netflix. This show should just be me coming out going, well done, Netflix, you win everything. Good night. But no, we've got to drag it out for 3 hours. You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer. And it's still more fun than this, okay? Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself. Just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up. I know he's your friend, but I don't care. You had to make your own way here in your own plane, didn't you? Right. But seriously, most films are awful, lazy, remakes, sequels. I've heard a rumour that there might be a sequel to Sophie's Choice. I mean, that'd just be Meryl Streep going, well, it's got to be this one then. The Irishman was amazing. It was amazing. It was. It was great. Long, but amazing. It wasn't the only epic movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long. Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him. So... Even Prince Andrew's like, come on, Leo, mate, you know. You're nearly 50, son. The world got to see James Corden as a fat pussy. He was also in the movie Cats, but no one saw that. And the reviews, oh, shocking. I saw one that said, this is the worst thing to happen to cats since dogs, right? But Dame Judi Dench defended the film, saying it was the role she was born to play, because she... I can't do this next joke. Because she loves nothing better than plonking herself down on the carpet, lifting her leg and licking her... Furball. She's old school. It's the last time, who cares? But psychology, psychiatry, neuroscience, it's still in its infancy. And we still know so little about the brain. And 150 years ago, we knew nothing. It was all guesswork, right? And, everything was just mental. If you weren't a white, sort of heterosexual, married Christian man, right? If you deviated too far, mental. They just went mental, like homosexuality, mental illness, you were put in an asylum for life, or worse, tortured. Women who fell pregnant out of wedlock, mental, asylum for life, right? And now we understand things more, we're more tolerant, I think it's going too far the other way, though, because now nothing's mental. You can't find something that nothing is considered mental. Everything is a syndrome or an addiction or a preference, right? I could have my legs removed, have wheels put on, identify as a pram, right? And if you say I'm mental, you're a bigot, right? Now, that's a bit hack, that joke now, isn't it? Oh, I identify as a thing then, right? It's a bit old-fashioned, right? But I'm going to leave it in to annoy people, right? Because that's the bit that'll offend people. Same as humanity. I talk about AIDS, famine, cancer, the Holocaust, rape, paedophilia. But no, the one thing you mustn't joke about is identity politics. The one thing you should never joke about is the trans issue, right? They just want to be treated equally. I agree. That's why I include them. You know? But they know I'm joking about all the other stuff, but they go, no, he must mean that, right? Like a joke is a window to the comedian's true soul. That's just not the case. I'll take on any view to make the joke funniest. I'll pretend to be right-wing. I'll pretend to be left-wing. I'll pretend to be clever. I'll pretend to be stupid. Whatever makes the joke funnier without prejudice. Okay, full disclosure, in real life, of course I support trans rights. I support all human rights, and trans rights are human rights, you know? Live your best life. Use your preferred pronouns. Be the gender that you feel that you are. But meet me halfway, ladies. Lose the cock. That's all I'm saying. That's all. And it's mad to think joking about something means you're anti it. Like, I made a joke about self-ID. In fact, I wish self-ID had been around when I was a kid. I'd have used it to get shit. I'd have gone to my mum, Mum, I'm trans. She'd have gone, what? I'd have gone, I'm either trans or I need a new bike. Right? She'd have gone, you need a new bike. I'd have gone, you're the boss. But I grew up in the 60s, Jesus. I had like Victorian parents, we hadn't heard of any of this. But what if I was a teenager now? In these really woke, progressive times, right? And I had really cool hippie parents, right? And I went, Mother, Father, I'm trans. They'd go, oh, goody, that's so fucking trendy, right? And my dad would go, Bagsy, I picked the vagina. I go, thank you, Daddy, right? Right? Then there'd be like a montage, right? And I'd go to hospital, I'd have all the electrolysis, I'd grow my hair, right? I'd have a big fanny, I think. No, if someone else is paying, I'll have the big one, you know what I mean? Like, Dad trying to buy me a minge, fuck you, Dad, right? I'd have a big fanny, boobs, right? And, right? No, I'd come out and I'd emerge, I'd be a real woman, I'd be Vicky Gervais. I'd be Vicky Gervais, right? Yeah, and I'd be a real woman, right? And you can't change your sexuality, so I find women attractive, so I'd be a lesbian. I'd be a little lesbian fella called Vicky Gervais, right? Right? And probably be a butch lesbian because of all the testosterone up till then, right? Also, I like the fashion: jeans, black t-shirt, short hair, beard. I'd be a real lesbian called Vicky Gervais, lesbian about town, right? And so I'd go down to Brighton, right? And I'd go into a lesbian bar, right? And I'd go, hi, pool table, winner stays on. I'll be there all fucking night. Right. This joke isn't worth it for the punchline. The punchline is shit, really. So just enjoy the journey, right? Right. So I'd look around and I'd find one of them pretty lesbians, right? This is so childish and misinformed. It hurts, right? I'm going to leave it in, though, right? So, no, I'd find a pretty lesbian. This is pathetic, right? Even for me, I can't do this with a fucking straight face, right? And I'd go over that. I go, hi, you a lesbian? She'd go, yeah. Are you a lesbian? I go, yeah, just a bit. Look at that, right? And she'd go, that is a lovely fanny. I go, fucking cost enough. She'd go, what? I go, nothing, right? And then I'd be wooing her, right? I'd be doing all like I'd be sort of like complimenting her on a sort of lesy ways. I'd go, I love you, Doc Martens, right? She'd go, oh, thanks, right? Right? She goes, I go, oh, those are big earrings, aren't they? Right? So, yeah, right. And then she'd go, do you want to come back to my place and les off? I go, yeah, just a bit, right? So we'd go back, we'd get naked, I'd boob her up, I don't know what, I'd minge her off. I'd do that one, I'd do that one, definitely do that one, right? I'd Google it, wouldn't I? I'd fucking Google it, right? And right? And then she'd go, oh, do you want to wear a strap-on dildo and give me a good seeing to? I go, yeah, right. So I put a strap-on on, I put the big dildo there on my new fanny like that, and tie it at the back, and that's when I'd kick myself. I told you it was shit, didn't I? Oh, God. And I flew a few weeks after 9/11, and after 9/11, the world went a little bit
crazy. You know, understandably, the rules changed and there was a lot of anger and fear and confusion and finger pointing. And I'd always consider myself quite a rational, liberal sort of guy. And I tried to remain that way after 9/11. And even in like, in the pub with mates, I'd be the ones going, no, you can't say that. No, that's a generalisation. That's ridiculous. No, that's unfair. You can't tar everyone with the same brush. No, it's still the safest form of transport. It's 16 million to 1, the chance of you know, trying to be rational. That's in a pub. When I'm flying, it's more like, check him again. Can we check him again? He's getting on this, but do you mind if I check him? Can I just... And after 9/11, with all the checks, I still tried to remain sort of rational and philosophical. I was thinking, right, it's harder now than it ever was to get a bomb on the plane. This is, you know, the restrictions are tight. It's safer now. And then I found out that a terrorist doesn't even have to get on the plane now with a bomb. They found heat-seeking missiles, and they could just park up in some sort of lay-by and take the plane out within the first 10 minutes of takeoff. So now I'd be on the plane going, right, we're out of range. Who's got the bomb, right? And as I say, I flew a couple of weeks after 9/11, internal. We'd just be on the news. I'd probably the only one get name-checked on the news. You'd be 230 others, but which is some consolation. But anyway, so, okay. Once I was flying back from New York, okay, 9:25, a Saturday night, JFK to London Heathrow. BA, first class. Okay, now, this is my point. It's fear that threatens rational thought, I think, okay? I'm there. Now, the whole week leading up to that flight, I don't know if you remember it, or it's happened more than once, I don't know, it was a couple of years ago, on every news channel in America, there was a rolling ticker tape that said, America on red alert. We've had intel, there's going to be another 9/11 in a major city, probably New York or LA, okay, this weekend. Do not fly unless you absolutely had to, right? I had to, I was filming. And, right. So, I'm the only one in the first class lounge, okay? And I still tried to remain rational. I was thinking, no, it's safer now. Everyone's looking for a terrorist today. They'll leave it till Monday, right? And then it happened. The thing that threatened my rational thought. I had a bit of a mini breakdown. Into the first class lounge, about 30 minutes before boarding, came this guy. I don't know whether he was North African or Middle Eastern or Asian, but he had all the gear, right? Beard, steered attaché case, okay? And here's your middle class sort of liberal. I went... I was suddenly engaging staff in sort of banal conversation, going, flight on time? They're going, yeah. What's the weather like in London? Like they were going to go, it's a bit cloudy, but there he is, right? Didn't happen. So I'm left there, right? And I'm looking over at him, and I'm thinking of all the running up to it and the week, all the news and everything. But now there's a fight between good and evil, between rational and irrational, okay? This one goes, "Ooh, that's a suicide bomber." Oh, don't be stupid. Of course it isn't. It is. How do you know? That's what they look like. What? Beard. Don't be stupid, right? Then he makes a phone call, and I couldn't understand what he was saying, but he sounded a bit angry, okay? This one goes, "Oh, we made a phone call," right? This one, "No, you just made a phone call." "Yeah, but not in foreign." Right? Oh, shut up, right? He's been checked, like the rest of us have been checked. Did they check the beard? Yeah, they checked the beard. Yeah, they checked the beard, right? And then I'm looking at him, must have been absent-minded with all this going on in my head, and he catches me looking, and he does this. He goes, "Oh, he knows, right?" This one goes, "No, he knows why you're looking at him. He's had that sort of prejudice for months now. Stop looking at him." "The beard." Yeah, right? But this one starts winning. The fear starts beating all the rational thought in the world. And he was going, "No, but it could be." "Well, yeah, it could be. Probably not." "Well, no. The stats are up today." "Yeah, but still, it won't happen. Don't say it won't happen to us. People of 9/11 said it wouldn't happen to them." "Yeah, but all the tests. Yeah, well, they find new ways of getting through our detection. Then we have to up again." "Yeah, you're right." And suddenly I thought, oh my God, this is it. This is it. And that wave of nausea, and you suddenly realise, oh my God, I'm witnessing this. This one goes, "Okay, right, let's report him." This one goes, "No." "Why?" "In case someone thinks we're racist." "No, fuck that. Let's report him and be a wrong, embarrassed, live racist, just in case, right?" And I go, "No, so I don't." And so now I think he is a suicide bomber, and I think I'm going to get on the plane and die, but I'm not going to do anything about it. And I'm nearly in tears. And all this happens in a few moments. And I look over, and he's joined by his wife, who's got all the gear, and his two little girls, okay? And I suddenly go, oh, of course he's not a fucking suicide bomber. If you're off to see 72 virgins, you don't take the wife and kids along. Right?
Have you seen all the ghost hunter shows? Years and years, celebrity ghost hunter, all around the world, thousands and thousands of hours of footage. They've never seen a fucking ghost. It's all like, oh, what was that? Was it that I was just the... No, not the... What did you hear that? Was it just that? Was it you? Oh, no. Imagine if wildlife programmes were like that. Imagine watching David Attenborough all these years, and everybody goes, "Here, on Kilimanjaro, we see the..." Oh, no, it's not. "And by the banks of the Limpopo, the elusive..." Oh, it's not. You'd stop watching the pedo hunter shows, on the other hand. There's usually a couple in the crew just in case. You know what I mean? Particularly if it's a BBC production. Oh, shut up.
That's the thing, though, with heroin. You know, try anything once, kids, sure. But know this, right? No. You think, I'll try heroin. I'll just try one. Give me one heroin, OK? Just have one. Oh, what's it like? Oh, it's fucking lovely. I want more. I can't just tap. It's like Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop. Believe it or not, I've never been a heroin addict. No round of applause for that. See? No round of applause for never having been a heroin addict. If I'd have come out here and go, yeah, I used to be a heroin addict. I used to mug people and shit myself in doorways. Exactly. Oh, yeah. He hasn't done those things for a while. He hasn't done those things that we never did in the first place. Why are you applauding someone for suddenly acting like a normal member of society? It's like, I've lost a bit of weight. I've lost about 20 pounds. Exactly. What? No. You're basically applauding me for only eating as much as I need now. I should have always been doing that. I got fat because I was a greedy, lazy bastard. They come to me now and they go, oh, well done, you look great. But they weren't telling me I looked terrible. They're basically saying I look terrible. I needed waiters to come over and go, fuck off, you've had enough.
I fell back in love with stand-up on my last tour, Humanity. I played arenas around the world. Netflix bought it for a record amount. It was the most watched special of the year. I thought, everyone loves me now. Everyone loves me now. Then I got this tweet. Real tweet. Like, call yourself a comedian? He knows I do. Literally says the word in my Twitter bio. Call yourself a comedian? You're about as funny as... Now, I thought he was going to go for the jugular and say Miranda, or... Come on, guys, don't... I'm joking. Right. Call yourself a comedian, you're about as funny as a fart at a baby's funeral. He was trying to hurt my feelings. But his big mistake was choosing something that would be fucking hilarious. As if that would... A fart at a baby's funeral. Big echoey church. Everyone just silently sobbing like that. Tiny little coffin, tiny little coffin. And someone farts, you'd laugh. Even if it was your baby. You know, no. If you're at the funeral, it's been dead a week, do you know what I mean? You're probably up for a giggle. Particularly if you're the father. If you're the mother, you probably still find it hard seeing the funny side of things. No, you don't have children. I say no. I say, why don't you have children? Which is a really odd question to ask someone, why don't you have children? As opposed to asking people, why do you have children, right? People say, oh, it's selfish to not have children. How can it be selfish to not bring a life into the world that doesn't exist on any level? It's not as a long sort of cabinet full of potential ghost fetuses going, we want to be born, right? But I've thought about it, and there's 3 reasons I don't have children, okay? 3 main reasons I don't have children, and I'll share them with you. Okay, here they go. 3 reasons, right? 1, there's millions. The world's overpopulated. No one's sitting around going, oh, Rick's not having kids, we're going to run out. 2, kids are scroungers, aren't they? I mean, from day one, it's all me, isn't it? Feed me, clothe me, pay for my chemotherapy. No, not my problem, son. Luck of the draw, boy, luck of the draw. It's like a little holiday flying to the States, right? I could do without the safety video. That's always a bit of a downer, right? And totally pointless. If you go into the side of a mountain at 500 miles an hour, the brace position does fuck all. Imagine if that worked, right? You're going down, right? The flames smash, you go, I'll try it, right? You do that, ball of flames, you wake up, everyone's dead, except you go, fucking hell, that's amazing. That is... And if we're watching telly, me and Jane, if it gets in our lap, we think, oh, that's such a privilege, we don't move. Even if we need a wee, we don't want to disturb it. The other one gets the drinks all night, you know, oh, like... And people say to me, you spoil that cat. I go, yeah, I do. It's a cat. It's not a person. What's the worst that can happen if you spoil a cat? Do you know what I mean? It doesn't grow up to be fucking Boris Johnson. It is... No, I don't get political. Although he is out of his depth. I mean, he started off by saying women in burqas look like post boxes. Now, it's not up to Boris Johnson what a Muslim woman wears on her face. It's up to her husband. Not my rules. Not my rules. This won't be in the special. If I ever get cancer myself, I'm going to go into the nearest hospital and go, right, I paid for that machine. Get that little bald f***er off it. Talking of little bald f***ers, I did the teenage cancer gig, what? And I was doing the gig this last year, and I looked down and I recognised one of them. I thought, oh yeah, he came backstage 2 years ago, he was telling me about his illness, and he said he was 18, and that was 2 years ago, so now he must be 20. So why the f*** is he still a teenager? Lying little shit. He wasn't lying about the cancer, he was riddled with it. It hurt him to laugh, but he shouldn't... And I was doing the gig, and he was laughing along, and I was thinking, yeah, you laugh it up, mate. I was fuming. And it got too much for me, I'm human. So I went, all right, mate, I recognise you. I went, yeah. Came backstage 2 years ago, I went, yeah. He said, you're 18 then? He went, yeah, so you're 20 now? He went, yeah. I said, get out. I called the security. He struggled, but he was weak. They'd worked out. Although they had trouble getting hold of him to start with, and his drip nearly had someone's eye out. The crowd started booing. I went, hear that? They don't want to see someone like you take the piss out of me. People quiz me on Twitter when they find out I'm an atheist. They go, what, you don't believe in God at all? I go, no. Do you pray? I go, no. They go, why don't you pray just in case there's a God? And I say, why do you put garlic over your door just in case there's a Dracula? Right? And I've got no problem with praying, you know. I know loads of nice Christians and Muslims and Jews, and if one of my family is very ill, they always say, oh, I'll pray for them. And I always say, oh, thanks very much, because it's a nice gesture. If they said, oh, we also cancelled the chemotherapy, I go, don't do that, don't do that. Pray, fill your boots, son, but let's do the praying and the chemotherapy, shall we? Because that's the same result as just the chemotherapy. So let's definitely keep that one, shall we? The other thing is this ridiculous thing of, oh, let's ask the average person what they think. Let's stop asking the average person what they... Do you know how fucking stupid the average person is? We still sell bottles of bleach with big labels on that say, do not drink, right? Let's take those labels off, right? For 2 years, and then have a referendum. I've got a thing about changing rooms, public changing rooms. I always have I know, I'll tell you why. I don't know if it's the same in ladies' changing rooms, but men are so proud of their offal, right? If I'm in a public place, I have a shower, right, 1 minute, towel, corner, pants on, right? There's blokes walking around naked before the shower, talking to each other, like, after the shower. There was one bloke in the shower, way too long, right? It was ages, right? And he got out, no towel, just dripping wet, just went up to the mirror and started doing his hair first. I was in there with there was just me and this really fat bloke once in the change room. I was getting changed, and he was there, and he was really big, like 350 pounds, right? And he was naked on one of those precision scales. And he was there for fucking ages, and I was looking at that, right? He was like that for ages. I wanted to run over and go, mate, you're never going to be an astronaut, right? It doesn't need to be this accurate. Just pop some pants on and take a fucking gram off.
I bought a suit for this. I thought I was going to be on TV. I'm such a moron. I am losing so much money right now.
And I want everyone in America right now to look at me. Look at me smoking indoors. I didn't ask anybody. I just did it. What are they gonna do? Kick me out before I get the prize? No, nigga, this is called leverage.
Oh, Julia Roberts, you live next to me at the beach. You know that. Thanks for all the visits. Anyway, I'm living about 2 blocks from it. The broad never shows up. Come by and say hello.
We're closer than 2 blocks.
You have no lines, Julia. Just nod. Anyway.
And the winner, the Grammy goes to Natalia Lafourcade. Oh, wait a second. Dude, you... Oh, I will... Oh, sorry. I will accept on behalf of her. If I butchered her name, I'm sorry.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here, you know, and I was asked to host the ESPYs this year. Yeah, hi, that's my name, Espen. When I was asked to host the ESPYs this year, folks, I said yes immediately for one reason and one reason only. This show has interns.
It wasn't the only epic movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long. Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him. So...
All right. Hey, how many feminists are, like, going nuts? So why is this cis white male doing all this Latino stuff? And the Grammy goes to Grupo Niche. Hey. Niche.
You know, when I was asked to host the Canadian Screen Awards, I called my good friend Chris Rock, and I said to him, I've got some great news, Chris. I'm going to Canada. And he said, I've got some great news, too. I'm hosting the Oscars. What are you doing in Canada? And I said, you know, visiting some family, friends.
No one cares about movies anymore. No one goes to the cinema. No one really watches network TV. Everyone's watching Netflix. This show should just be me coming out going, well done, Netflix, you win everything. Good night. But no, we've got to drag it out for 3 hours. You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer. And it's still more fun than this, okay? Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself. Just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up. I know he's your friend, but I don't care.
Sorry, I wasn't listening to that one. I'm going to butcher this. And the Grammy goes to Hildur Guðnadóttir for Joker.
Yeah, the Nuggets are having a bad year this year, man. Matter of fact, they're making a film about the team. They got a pretty catchy title. It's Black Men Can't Jump Either.
One Hollywood publication said that me hosting would mean that some film stars would stay away for fear of being made fun of. As if film stars would stay away from the chance of winning a Golden Globe. Particularly if their film company has already paid for it.
Mr. Don Rickles.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, why did they stand? Was it a Jewish holiday?
No, because you're a legend, Don, because you're you.
That was very sweet of you folks to stand. Next time, just leave a check by the door, I think. This is great. The O.J. Simpson jury right here in the front. Black gentleman's laughing. It's a little humor.
The teleprompter is sort of flashing. I think we're supposed to get back to that.
Oh, really? Because
Yeah.
it's a hot show. Let's read these funny lines. Let's read these funny lines they wrote for us.
Okay.
Talking of all you perverts, it was a big year. It was a big year for paedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. I don't care.
And there's Charles Woodson. How about that? What a season he had. Great, man. He became the first defensive player to win the Heisman Trophy. And congratulations, Charles. That is something that no one can ever take away from you. Unless you kill your wife and a waiter, in which case... all bets are off.
I got to be honest, I don't know much about writers, you know. I used to think you guys were a bunch of nerds who couldn't hold up your end of the conversation, you know, with strange shoes. I did.
Lots of big celebrities here tonight. I mean, legends, icons, yeah? Look, at this table alone, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, but... Baby Yoda. Oh, that's Joe Pesci, sorry.
Just backstage, a lot of celebrities back there, man. I was talking to Jerry Jones, you know, the Cowboys owner, and he's disappointed, obviously. Yeah. Well, he's a good guy, though, man. He's talking about rebuilding the team, you know. And he told me, he says, we have to get back to what made us a championship team. Strippers and crack.